Hey everyone, so in today's video I'm going to show you the wiring diagram for the TKS TK-110 Orion radios PTT. Here we have the wiring diagram for the original PTT. Here on the left I have the wiring diagram for the adapters, so you can use a traditional PTT with a dynamic capsule. I'm also going to talk about a setting you need to configure. And down here, I have a wiring diagram for the programming cable, so you can connect it to your computer and do the programming via software. Just a quick reminder, guys, before I talk about the PTT, that at the end of the video, I'll also share some information regarding the radio's Bluetooth function and the weather alert receiver I showed in the first video. I've made a video, a complete tutorial. You haven't seen it yet, take a look later. I need to make a few observations about this function. So focusing here on the original radio PTT schematic, on the left side here, I have the RJ45 connector that connects to the radio. Here on pin 1 of the RJ45 connector, we have a connection that goes to the PT switch, which puts the radio into transmit mode. There's a 0 ohm resistor here. It's a jumper, right? It's a 0 ohm resistor, and here is a capacitor. This capacitor is used to filter out any noise that might be on the line. And here is the switch. When you press the switch, it pulls pin 1 low, connecting it to ground or GND. Here on pin 5 of the RJ45 connector, we have a direct connection to GND. So pin 5 is connected directly to GND. Pin 6 goes here to the electret type microphone, and in parallel with the microphone we have a 1 nanofarad ceramic capacitor. The other side of the microphone is also connected here to ground to GND. And finally we have the connection here on pin 7 for the PTT function switches. So the connection comes through, also passing through a 0 ohm resistor. It reaches these 3 resistors located right here. Each one of these individual resistors is wired directly to a switch, which are responsible for performing the channel up and channel down operations, while the center switch serves as the programmable component. You have the ability to program this switch to execute whatever function you choose. And here we also have a capacitor. This capacitor is 10N. Okay, this value is incorrect. It's not 4.7N, it's 10N. And it also goes to the GND to eliminate line noise. Well, that's the electrical schematic for the radio's original PTT. Now I'll show you the electrical schematic for the adapter cable that also comes with the product, which allows you to connect a standard 4-pin dynamic capsule PTT to your radio. So the connections here are: pin 1 goes here to pin 4 of the 4-pin connector. Pin 5 of the RJ45 goes to pin 1 of the 4-pin connector. Pin 6 goes here to pin 2, and pin 7 to pin 3. I just wanted to provide a quick reminder that to properly utilize this cone, this specific adapter with a standard conventional 4-pin PTT, you need to navigate into the radio menu and adjust the capsule type. You will need to switch it from electret to dynamic in menu option 1 of the radio. After that, you will need to navigate into the menu and adjust the PTT type you are currently using. You will want to switch it from the default type 1, which is the radio's original setting, over to type 2. If you don't make these changes, or if you only make one of them, the radio won't transmit correctly. You'll have problems with the radio. If you only make the electret type change and don't make the other change in the menu, when you connect the PTT, the radio will transmit on its own. So you have to make both of these changes, okay? And finally, here is the wiring diagram for the programming cable. It's an RJ45, and pin 1 connects here to the TXD pin of the USB TTL converter. I've included a model here. There are several models, but I've provided an example here. So here you have the TXD, RXD, and GND pins. These are the pins you'll need. So here pin 1 goes to TXD, pin 3 goes to RXD, and pin 8 goes to GND. Okay, so this is the wiring diagram for the programming cable. And if you would prefer to buy the cable ready-made, I will leave the link in the description below. Also guys, I am going to leave these 3 wiring diagrams here for you. Also, I'd like to take this opportunity. In the last video, I talked about activating the weather alert receiver function on the radio. However, after running the tests, I realized that this function, even though I did that whole setup to try and activate the weather alert, the reception of VHF signals won't actually work in practice because this radio, the TKS TK-110, doesn't have the circuit built in. In other words, the components for that part of the circuit aren't installed. So even if you manage to access it the way I showed, it won't receive VHF signals, okay? Unfortunately. And another detail is regarding the Bluetooth function. Some people have asked me about this Bluetooth function. Even if you manage to enable the feature through the radio software, it still won't work because Bluetooth depends on a Bluetooth board, an accessory that is installed inside the radio. And it doesn't come with that board installed. It doesn't come with that accessory. So even if you enable the Bluetooth function in the radio's programming software by connecting it to your computer with a programming cable, it won't work and no Bluetooth related options will appear in the radio's menu because that accessory isn't present. Okay? Alright everyone, that's it. Today I just wanted to share this information and these electrical diagrams with you. If you truly enjoyed watching this content today, please consider hitting that like button, subscribing to the channel, and checking out the description box below for the radio programming cable link. That is going to be all for today's episode. If you really liked what you saw, you know the drill by now, please make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will be sure to see you all again next time.